Running out of 2, are we? How's that, Josh? Does that sound okay? We're good? Yeah, okay.
You go up and
Them know.
yeah.
Yep.
Welcome to the AFL Taz live stream for the NWFL Senior Women's Competition, brought to you by Terry White Chemmart Chemists across the northwest of Tasmania. The round 10 fixture we are broadcasting today is between the Wynyard Cats and they're hosting the Penguin 2 Blues. As the top of the table, Cats, who have yet to lose in season 2026, and they're taking on the Penguin 2 Blues, currently sitting in third position on 24 points, and they've lost 2 games. So 8 games, both being played by both sides, as we are about to get underway here from the Wynyard Recreation Oval. So Lee gets the tap down. Penguin kicking to the right of screen. To the left will be the Wynyard Cats, and they're in the navy blue, as opposed to the 2 Blues for the Penguin. A couple of additions. Big additions too for the Penguin 2 Blues today as they get the ball towards half forward. One of those being Elise Gamble. She's come across from Victoria. Moody kicks the ball back towards the centre. She's wearing the number 4 for the Penguin 2 Blues today. Ball stuck in the middle. Heavy underfoot. And a free kick has been found there by central umpire Douglas. And that is going to Kennedy O'Halloran. So Halloran, centre of the ground, deliberate, goes short, Pringle underneath it, trying to kick the ball off the ground was Bissett. Pringle again off the ground, going in the wrong direction. That's a good kick off the ground. That was well done there by Sayward. So she's one of those big additions I was talking about today. Kicking the ball on a left boot. It was Georgia Anderson, top of the goal square now, and it rolls through across the face and 4-1 behind. So a rush behind there, going to the Penguin 2 Blues. Start the first quarter. Wynyard using Whelan by hand, then by foot, out towards far side O'Halloran. Under a bit of duress, loses the football. Penguin aren't clean. Good defensive pressure applied by Pringle. Comes back to Sayward. Been brought back from the VFLW Devils. There's Whelan again. Moves the footy wide. Unable to take the mark. It was Radford. But Wynyard is still able to clear. It lands in the hands of one of the big additions from the VFLW, North Melbourne. That's Elise Gamble. Good kick. Kick inside by Penguin. There's a shot on goal from the top of the goal square. Unfortunately, Kirby Gibbons is unable to make Wynyard pay. Could be an upset on the cards today with the additions. Also back in from the VFLW is Georgia Purton. So Emily Sayward and Georgia Purton both in from the Tasmanian Devils, along with North Melbourne's Elise Gamble, former State League player for the Burnie Dockers, played about 34, almost taking the mark there was Gamble. Sayward looking for a free kick, doesn't receive it. I'm going to get a ball up. So Lee, Davis, go at it. Ball centre of the ground. Harris. Sayward's kick smothered. Able to get it out. Might be Smith. She does pick it up a second time, but misses a target. Ball still hasn't gone anywhere. Kicking it off the ground was Minton Connell. Now it comes inside forward 50. Whelan first back. She takes it across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Two behinds to the Penguin 2 Blues. Cats yet to score. Kick to the right of screen are the 2 Blues. As I mentioned, we've got those 3 VFL players coming back in. Having another shot on goal. And this time making no mistake is Kirby Gibbons. She's now got 1 goal, 1 to her name. Blue Blues. But they've done all the attacking of the Penguin 2 Blues coming back in. Having another shot on goal. And this time heavy underfoot here at Wynyard. Had a lot of rain over the last 2 weeks on the northwest coast. Some say up to 100 mil. Much needed. Haven't had a lot of wind either, so it has really seeped through. And for the farming district, this has been fantastic. If you're in the 7315 postcode today, I'd also encourage you to get out towards Turner's Beach. Ooh, as Moody gets hit across the head there by Sayward. She takes the free kick. Moody back from the Devils. As in the under-18s. Good mark. That's taken there by Barley Tuxworth. Both academy prospects for Tasmania in the under-18s. Representing the state. Top of the goal square. Opportunity presents. Gamble. Places the tackle. I'm going to get a ball up top of the goal square. As I mentioned in the 7-3-1-5, it's the Turners Beach Seagulls versus the Sprayton Eagles as the ball goes through for a rush behind. That's the first score for the Wynyard women. And it's 1 behind, plays 1-2-8. And famous number 42. Bernie Docker, premiership player, Penguin captain coach for a number of years. Former Devils representative and state representative. Jason Ling is lining up for the Seagulls in the reserves match. So if you have the opportunity in the 7-3-1-5 district, pop down to Seagulls home ground at Turners Beach and you can see Jason Ling. He'll be about the balls in the hands of Zarita Heroes, centre wing position. She's wrapped up in a tackle. The ball up presents. Lee gets the tap down. Ball doesn't go anywhere. I think we're going to do this all again as Davis dies on top of the football for the Wynyard Cats. So looking forward to seeing what Jason Ling can do for the Turners Beach Seagulls, along with Elise Gamble and Emily Sayward, who's presenting herself nicely at the start of this match after being brought back. She's wrapped up in a tackle there. Down to Moody. Pushes off Sayward. Kicks it around the body. Gamble. Good mark using her body. Now she steps, a would-be tackler. Kicks the ball out wide. Looking for Shania Sayward. Good pick-up by the target up front. Raking kick inside forward 50. No mark. Good roving by Anderson. Wrong side of the body. And the goal umpire has given that a behind to Anderson. Thought might have just missed the behind the behind post. Nonetheless, they get one additional 1 to the score. Sayward from the kick in goes on to a non-dominant. Goes off the instep a little bit, and that's going to find the sanctuary of the boundary line. They'll get a boundary throw-in deep inside their forward 50, just in front of the Wynyard club rooms. Coming up to almost 8 minutes. It's 1-3-9 to one behind. Sayward takes it straight out of the ruck, throws it on a non-dominant side. There's our goal kicker, Gibbons. She picks it up. Shot on goal. Has missed. So 1 goal, 2. Then a bit of a live wire early. It's Kirby Gibbons wearing the number 2 today. Usually she's wearing number 3. On the back of the Guernsey. Kick out. Hannah Lee wins it. Minton Connells, handball. Follows up again. Sayward. Emily. Inside 40. Has the shot on goal. Julie converts. And she's having a great start after coming back from the VFLW. After making her debut, I think completing 3 games. Well done, Emily Sayward. Showing her class early here in the first term against the Wynyard Cats. The undefeated Wynyard Cats in season 2026 for the Terry White Chemist NWFL Women's 2026 season. McConnell coming off. Coming on is Imogen Moore. Into the free kick in the middle. And Paul Mee. Chris Davis gets the free kick. And then going inside was Smith. And they were going to get a 50-metre. So encroaching upon that space was Smith. And unfortunately, she's given away the free kick. And now having a shot on goal will be Charlie Davis. Not going to make quite the distance. It has actually, but it's away to the right, so unable to convert. So it's 2 behinds. Plays 2 goals. I've got 2 goals 4. Yes, indeed. And Sayward kicks the ball towards centre wing position. Good front centre by Harris. Gets the ball forward. Anderson throws it onto that left boot. That's a raking kick inside forward 50 almost. Mark not quite taken there by Emily Sayward. Gibbons loses it in the tackle. Good defence. They get the ball out through Patterson to the Cats. Now in the centre of the ground. Ball's kicked off the ground. Goes forward. They're taking ground. Moody being one of the dominant players for the Wynyard Cats. She just kicks and hopes. It's towards space. Payne. Strong over the football. She's going to be wrapped up in the tackle, and that is surely going to be holding the ball. No, says the umpire. We're going to get a ball up. So Cats get a reprieve. No one able to take it cleanly. Finally, they dish it out. That might be Pert. Gets the kick away. Sayward surely gave away a free kick. Indeed, she has. And that'll be taken by Bissett. So Amy Bissett, inside forward 50 now. No mark to Moody. Pringle at the back. Hands it off to a teammate. Shot on goal. That's Reese Davis. It's the woodwork. And that's a 3rd behind for the Wynyard Cats. Time. Almost 11 and a half minutes into the first term. So they bring the ball back out grandstand side of the ground. Beautiful sunshine here on the northwest today. The round 10 fixture brought to us by Terry White Chemmart. No real need for the hand warmers today here at Wynyard. Centre wing position. Davis wins it. Getting it free was Purton. In towards the centre. Gibbons. Doesn't quite win the football. Teammate Moore. Unable to get the handball clear. Purton goes again. Getting in the way though was Patterson. And knock it forward to the Wynyard Cats. Pringle. Strong over the football. Tries to get the handball free. Teammate kicks off the ground. That's Smith. Doesn't go anywhere. Surely we're going to get a ball up here very shortly, and indeed we do. The 12.5 minute mark, it's 3 behinds at the Wynyard Cats, 2-4-16. The Penguin 2 Blues, 13 points to margin. Ball's not going anywhere from that stoppage. We're going to repeat it yet again. Other games going on in round 10 of the Terry White Kmart NWFL Senior Women's fixtures. At Ulverston, it's Ulverston hosting the Burnie Dockers and Latrobe hosting the Devonport Magpies. Much improved Latrobe team, however, comprehensively beaten there by the Robins last weekend as the ball goes into that safe pair of mitts of Georgia Anderson, middle of the ground. Beautiful raking left foot kick. Unfortunately, it wasn't to the advantage of a teammate taking the mark. Resolute in defence is Finlay Bryan. Bryan goes wide. That kick, though, again, intercepted by Penguin. They go short. Gibbons was the target. Getting in the way. Smith. Olivia. Kicks out wide. But that's good courage. Coming back with the fly of the football gamble. Getting her hands on it was Pringle. Ball goes to ground. Now it's going away from the contest is Bissett. She kicks it towards half forward. Then Davis, Reese variety, around the body. Who's going to get back first? It's Mia. Nation. Throws it on the non-dominant side. Will it come off for the Penguin 2 Blues? It does. It's now in the hands of Smith. She feeds it to a teammate in Brown. Brown goes to Harris. Harris's kick into the middle to Gibbons. Woo. On soft ground. She gives it back to Smith, who then caught in the tackle. Great work there. Signalling that was Richard Douglas, one of the central umpires today. Kick by Wynyard. Out wide. Taken by Anderson. He gets the handball away. Wasn't taken when not in possession according to the umpire. So Whelan dashes back towards the middle. Kick doesn't hit the target. Bissett knocks it forward. That might be French fighting with Penguin 2 Blue, Eliza Dennis. And we're going to get a ball up right in the centre of the ground. Good contest here. Beautiful sunshine at Wynyard, northwest coast. Round 10 fixture between the Cats and the 2 Blues, brought to us by Terry White Kmart. Ball kicked off the ground. Sayward's not first back there. Wynyard do it again, but it's only going to go as far as Smith. Gets wrapped up in a tackle by her counterpart, Olivia. Lee, not sure what to do with it. Then throws on the boot. That's good vision. She's found Brown. Brown, handball. Not a good one to Harris. Places her under a lot of pressure. Ball goes nowhere. And she's attacked there by the Wynyard Cats defence. Tackle being applied by Charlie Davis. Davis lost a hairband. Still wins the ruck contest and in the back, surely. And she will receive the free kick. Able to get up and do her hair before she takes her free kick. Kick though was taken by Penguin. Good mark taken by Hannah Lee. That kick goes further afield. Inside forward 50. They dish it out, share it with one another. Comes to Gamble. She has a flying shot on goal, but it's to the near side. Gamble gets her first score for the 2 Blues. Late in this first term. Played about 100 senior games of women's football, Australian rules football, as Elise Gamble. 30 to 40 of those with the Burnie Dockers, another 30 or so. She gets the ball back again from the kick in. Top of the goal square. Smith's available. She hands it off to Gibbons. A goal score from before. And from point blank range, she gets her second. And that's the third for the Penguin 2 Blues. And she's been a good recruit for today's proceedings. And she takes the 2 Blues to 3-5-23. And the Cats 3 behind, so it's 20 points to margin. At the 17.5 minute mark of the first term. Elise Gamble been a great addition to the Wynyard, not the Wynyard Cats, the Penguin 2 Blues today. Keegan Weller, triumphant coach of the Wynyard Cats last year, premiership coach, and undefeated in season 2026 of the Terry White Kenmark women's roster. Going for the body. Not the ball was Ewington. She loses it to Gamble. Ball comes inside. Shot on goal by Sayward. And that goes through just to the wrong side. And there is the siren for the first term. And it's the Wynyard Cats. 3 behinds. Penguin 2 Blues 3-6-24. So it's a 21-point margin at quarter time in favour of the Penguin 2 Blues. We're playing away. Usually this fixture was actually to be played at Penguin, but they've had to move it due to the fact that the VFL and the heavy rains that we've had up on the northwest are due up here in a couple of weeks. July the 3rd, I believe. So the 2 Blues Oval, Dole Park. Not to be utilised currently. And they're pretty happy with their work as the 2 Blues come together along with the Wynyard Cats. Goal kickers for the Penguin women. 2 to Kirby Gibbons. 1 to Emily Sayward. And multiple shots and opportunities on goal. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to extend that lead, but nonetheless, they have had the greater amount of possession throughout the course of this match. Get to register a major. The Wynyard Cats, better players, in particular for the Penguin women. Well, Kirby Gibbons up forward, obviously, with her 2 goals. Elise Gamble has shown some real influence on this game, both down back and also up forward. Occasionally we've seen Harris, Emily Sayward coming back from the VFLW. Jess Smith has been in the mix also, but she's finding it difficult, especially in the middle of the ground where it is very wet and soggy underfoot for the Wynyard women. Amy Bissett, Charlie Davis, Olivia Pringle, Ella Moody, and across half-back, Jess Whelan have been the more prominent players for the Wynyard Cats. We're going to take a break from the round 10 fixture here from the Wynyard Recreation Ground. And we will be back for the second quarter. And Terry White Kenmark round 10 fixture between the Wynyard Cats and the Penguin 2 Blues in the senior NWFL women's competition. Welcome back to the second quarter of the Terry White Kmart round 10 fixture between the Wynyard Cats and the Penguin 2 Blues. Good tackle being applied there by Olivia Pringle. Right in the centre of the ground. Ball going nowhere. A couple of other fixtures that were on today in the round 10. It's Ulverston versus Bernie Dockers. They were hosting the Dockers as Moody tries to feed the ball back out to Olivia Smith like a cake of soap at the moment. Well done there by Brown to Dennis. Dennis is able to get the ball forward. Sayward, Emily Variety. Handballs it back to Smith. Jessica. Back to Sayward. Kicks the ball towards her sister. Uses her body. Good work there being by Finbay Bryan in defence. Handball comes back to Sayward. It came from Purton. Gives it out to Minton Connell. Overruns everyone at the back. Receiving the ball. It's the Penguin 2 Blue. Just can't quite pick up who that might be. We'll get that very shortly. It's a good goal. And they extend the margin by another 6 points. Might be Simone Weller, but we'll keep an eye on that and come back to you. The score is 4-6-30, so it's 27 points now in favour of the 2 Blues. Ball going nowhere again from the ball up. It was Simone Weller that kicked the goal. That was the first of the second. Cross half back. Campbell towards centre wing. Ball ricochets. Unable to take it cleanly. There's rolls. Pringle picks it up. Chips it back towards centre half forward for the Cats. Ball's been nudged forward. They're just taking ground, the 2 Blues at the moment. And that's working in their favour. Smith puts a great smother on Davis. It's the Reese variety. And we'll have another ball up. As I mentioned, other fixtures going on. Ulverston hosting Burnie, and that game is finished and completed. It's 104 points, the margin, in favour of the Robins. 15-14, 104. It's a no score for the Burnie Dockers as Barley Tuxworth kicks inside forward 50 for the Cats Nation. Beat French to the ball. Smith wrapped up in a tackle by Harris. Not going anywhere. Oh no, it's across the shoulder according to the umpire. So Olivia Smith gets the free. Kick goes over the top of Davis. Charlie. She tries to get back, but she gets in the way of Bissett. Ball comes free. They release it by hand, the 2 Blues. Well done, good defence. Nation on the last line. Kicks it towards the top of the 50 arc. Harris applies some pressure. So does Jess Smith. Pringle in there, along with Moody. And Emily Sayward will get a ball up. Another fixture was Latrobe versus Devonport. We'll get that score very shortly. Moody's slung on a tackle by Sayward, gets a boot to ball. Eliza Dennis, though, is back there. Kicks the ball out wide. Knocking it forward was Gibbons by foot, not once but twice. Then runs into a teammate in Purton. Purton asked for a free kick, but it was your own teammate that ran into you. Harris off the ground to Purton. Purton feeds it to Smith, gets it back. Then takes the bump, hands it to Lee. Lee across to Brown and gets the boot to ball. Back towards the centre. It was 2-on-2 and you had Gibbons free. Chose not to go there. It's now going to come back from Weller to Gibbons. Inside forward 50. She's got a shot on goal. Kick hasn't gone far. She's going to have to kick it off the ground. She's not quick enough. Pressure by Ellie. Ewington. Weller follows up. Socceroo style. And that's her second in the second quarter. And they extend this margin, and it's looking ominous for the Wynyard Cats. An upset is on the cards here at Wynyard today. 5-6-36. The Penguin 2 Blues are almost at the 5-minute mark. They lead the Wynyard Cats by 33 points, who are 3 behinds. Keegan Weller. Got some questions being asked of his charges. Davis wins the tap. Ball comes down to Brown. Her handball goes out the back. Tuxworth's there. She's fighting. It's Smith. And they get a ball up. Davis wins it again. Tap by Sayward. Emily. Tuxworth. Great smother applied by Harris. Then follows up with a Shepherd. Allows Brown to get her hands on the football. Lifting ahead and not taking the ball cleanly with Sayward, so that allows the opportunity for Moody to get the ball forward. Nation wrapped up in the tackle. Good pressure there applied by the forward in French. Inside forward 50 now. Payne turns a player inside out. Holds the ground. Steps forward. Gives it across to Davis. Is wrapped up in a tackle. That will be holding the ball. Surely. Good tackle applied there by Lottie Rolls. No, says the umpire. Richard Douglas and a ball up results. Comes to Payne from the tap. Smothered. And according to the boundary umpire, it's gone out of bounds. Eliza Dennis has to give it back. Boundary thrown will be the result. As I mentioned, round 10 fixture at Latrobe between the Demons and the Magpies. It's a 1 point difference. And it's the third win to the much improved Latrobe Demons. 2-4-16 defeating Devonport Magpies 2-3-15. We get the boundary throw in. The ball's gone nowhere. Smith laying on top of it. And then Olivia Smith from Wynyard on top of her. Hannah Lee takes it out of the ruck. Gets a kick away before Smith completes the tackle. There's Davis. Brings it back in. Reese Variety. Almost a mark to Purton, but she's spoiled by her own teammates. There's Smith diving on top of the football. Not being able to clear it. And hurting herself there in the tackle. Running ahead was Taya Radford. She goes in the ruck against Lee. Lee wins it down. Sizable difference there between Radford and Lee. Off the ground was Purton, not once but twice. She goes back to pick it up and then feeds it out. Does the hard work, gives it to Eliza Dennis. Partly smothered was the kick. Applying the tackle. Indiscriminately was Jasmine Minton-Connell, and the free kick will be going to her number 13 counterpart, Kennedy O'Halloran. So O'Halloran, the foe today, playing for the Wynyard Cats, goes towards Payne. Gets around the tackler. That's Charlotte Dennis. Gets a kick away. But it's all the two Blues. Back there was Nation in the last line of defence. But she's just given it straight back by foot to Tuxworth, who goes straight back. Guess who? Elise Gamble. They're kicking it to each other. Kick to the advantage of your teammates. Again, Tuxworth just chips in. That wasn't a good kick by Gamble. Harris. They're fighting for possession. Not wanting to get rid of it. It was Smith versus Tuxworth. Deveron show between the two Blues and the Cats. Tapped down by Radford. Comes to Harris. Gets a kick away before being targeted in the tackle, and a good body mark completed by Shania Sayward towards centre wing position. Mark taken by her teammate there in Anderson. She's got a raking left foot. She can put it out in front of her teammates. But she goes to a 2-on-1 in favour of the Cats. That's an interesting decision. Teammate is up for the challenge, and that's Gibbons. But you had players streaming down a bit wider by themselves. Didn't look in that direction. Ball has gone nowhere from the stoppage. Sayward lays on the top of Ebony French, and we'll get another ball up. Lee. Brown. Fighting with Ewington. Another ball up will be the result. Lee down to Brown. Misses it. Kick off the ground by Bissett. Was that in danger? No, says the umpire. Lee tries to pick it up this time. No one able to clear. Tuxworth. Held up by Smith. Oh, just pickpockets the ball. Lee. Harris. Half smothered. Gibbons. Punched by Ewington. Getting in the way was Ampol Meave. It doesn't stop Chips Pringle. Kicks towards centre forward. And only to the hands, the safe hands of Charlotte Dennis. They're in the knee brace on the right side. Similar to Courtney Hingston for the Ulverston Robins. This would have been the demolition factor today. 101, 4 points, the advantage to them. That's a poor kick. by the two Blues. Back to Smith, inside 450. Payne doesn't have the pace. Gamble does, and the agility. Gives it back to Charlotte Dennis. High steps a would-be tackler. Then kicks straight back into the mud pile in the middle of the ground. Burton is there. They feed it around by hands. Brown back to Dennis. Dennis is held here, and that's deemed to be a throw. I'm sure she got a hand to it. But Richard Douglas says no. Olivia Smith will take the free kick. Gamble at the back of the pack, unable to take the mark. Charlotte Dennis gets back, tries to feed it to her. She's now under pressure by Moody. Toes it forward to Smith. And they feed it to Eliza Dennis. Dennis kicks it towards Sayward. He's able to beat Ewington and Davis to the ball. But their agility wins out. Comes towards Bissett, knocks it forward. Harris. There's a good pick up and release by Purton. Comes to the advantage of Sayward. Uses a left foot boot, and that is fantastic kicking. That's what you want to do, ladies, to assist her. Kick it to where you want them to be. That kick inside 450 should have been taken by Moore. Wasn't. Now puts the teammate under pressure. That's Anderson, who's over there to support. Comes back to Purton. Wrapped up in a great tackle there by Smith. Also Bissett. Off the ground now was Anderson. Kicks the ball further wide. Again applies pressure. Smith comes to help out. It's out across the shoulder. No, according to the umpire. Harris is there as well. Here comes Smith now. She's back up on her feet. Cat-like. Gives it to Tuxworth. Kicks it the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Off the ground there by just tying it forward was Gamble. She goes back and picks up her work. Steps around and then kicks the ball inside 50. And that's to the advantage of her teammate for the day, and that's Heidi Cable, who's going having her first shot on goal. This will be the third opportunity for the Penguin 2 Blues to increase this margin. She gets momentum, kicks, touched on the line by Finlay Bryan. So Cable. So one behind. Ball brought back in. Going out to the scoreboard side of the ground. Olivia Smith is first there. Time and space. Doesn't kick it to the advantage of her teammate, but Pringle's up to the task. She gets a handball whilst she's in the tackle. Then follows back up, uses her body well. Oh, that's a throw. No, according to the umpire. Now out towards French. She tries to handball to Moody. Misses her. Harris is the back there. She drops the football under pressure. Toes it forward. Tuxworth tries to grab it. There's Harris again, off the ground. Purton has the opportunity to clean and pick it up. She does. Feeds it to Hannah Lee. Goes back to Purton over his shoulder. Great spatial awareness. And the kick has been taken by Shania Sayward. Smack bam in the centre of the ground. Not sure what to do. Decides to go long. But it's not to the advantage of her teammates. And Wynyard are able to take the ball away with a mark through Whelan. That's a good kick to Tuxworth. Centre wing position, grandstand side of the ground. This is better. Pick up there by Reece Davis. Then hands it to French. French's kick inside 450 was just end over end. Penguin are going to be able to release. Nation looking for a free kick, but not sure why. Ball goes back inside forward 50. Well, under pressure was Dennis. Kick off the ground by Radford. Here's a goal. Much needed one by the Wynyard Cats. First for the game. And they bring that margin back in. 1-3-9 the Wynyard Cats. 2 Blues 5-7-37 at the 14-minute mark of the second term. 28 points the margin in favour of the 2 Blues. Got about 4 minutes to go in term number 2 of the Terry White Chem-Mart. Round 10 fixture here from the Wynyard Recreation. Ball taken away by Sayward. Towards centre forward. No one able to take the ball cleanly. Gibbons tries hard. Whelan toes it off the ground. Smith. Gibbons applies the tackle. Umpire says we'll have it. And we'll have another ball up. Very contested game. Scoreboard doesn't quite reflect that. Tap there by Lee. Down. Try to be taken away by Olivia Smith. Just handballs it to no one in particular. We're going to get another stoppage. Still top of the 50. Windsor Saunders Street side. Gibbons wrapped up in the tackle. Going nowhere. $28 points of the margin in favour of the two Blues. 37 plays 9 at almost the 16-minute mark. Penguin kick the ball forward again. Whelan there. It's first to release. She's playing against Gamble. Tuxworth knocks it past Whelan, who came forward. Gamble's strong. Gives it back to Minton Connell. Back to Brown. Back to Gamble. Gamble's wrapped up in the tackle. Incorrect disposal. And the tackler, being Ebony French, is rewarded. Hands it to Olivia Smith. She kicks the ball. It's not to the advantage of her teammate. It's to the opposite. So Nation takes it. Asks Radford, the goal kicker, to do the work. In the back, I would have thought that was Tuxworth on Minton Connell. But it's going to be a ball up, according to Richard Douglas. Right in front of the interchange. Grandstand side of the ground. Good competitive spirit. Bradford pushing Shania Brown in the back. No, says the umpire. It's going nowhere. They're going to have it all again. Smith on Smith. Jessica playing against Olivia. Lee hands it to Smith. Goes to the opposition. That's Olivia. Kicks the ball forward. In front is Payne. And gets a boot onto the ball. Goes end over end. It's inside the forward 50. So that's a great result for the Wynyard Cats. We're going to get a boundary throw in. Dying stage is the first half. Lee just takes it out of the ruck. Going back, that's great courage. Good mark. War, Purton. Hear the footsteps of Brian. Kick to the advantage of Sayward. Competes in the air. Ball comes down. Tuxworth gets it. Pickpocketed there by Minton Connell. Then she applies the tackle to Barley Tuxworth. Good competition between those two. Playing out here on the wing. Tuxworth takes it. Under pressure. Gets a boot to ball. Trying to get there first was Bissett. Gets her boot to it. And Olivia Smith's able to get herself out of trouble. She kicks back inside forward 50. No one able to take the mark. Payne was there along with Radford. Ball gets tapped back by Pringle to Payne, who, according to Richard Douglas, said that she will receive the free kick. And that was given away by Dennis. And I think that was the siren. It was. So this kick is going to be taken after the siren. She's going to be kicking from outside that forward. Well, it's technically 40 metres here. She'll be kicking from around about 45 metres. Well known for her capacity on the basketball court. Let's see what Mariah Payne can do here. The kick doesn't quite make the distance nor the accuracy, and it's marked there by Emily Sayward. And that's the end of the second term. But we see the Wynyard Cats 1-3-9. $28 points in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues, 5-7-37. So it was one goal straight to the Wynyard Cats in that quarter. 2 goals, 1 to the Penguin 2 Blues. So they've extended that margin by 7 points of the 2 Blues going into half-time, and they'd be pretty pleased with what they've been able to show against last year's premiership team, the Wynyard Cats, and undefeated in season 2026 in the Terry White Kenmark Women's NWFL competition. Goal kickers for the winning women's, the only one, and that was by Taya Radford by chance. off the ground. For the Penguin women, we've got 2 multiple goal kickers. Simone Weller with 2 in the second, and Kirby Gibbons, her first 2 in the first term. 1 to Emily Sayward. Better players for the Penguin women so far. The Dennis girls down back have been great. Obviously, Kirby Gibbons in that first term was great, very strong, getting on the scoreboard. She's had 2 goals, 2 to her name. Elise Gamble, a little bit quiet in that second term, but she was very prominent in the first term up forward as well as down back. Sarita Harris, on occasion, in and around the contest. Shania Brown, you'll see her with the long sleeves, number 11. The captain getting down and dirty. Plenty of mud upon her. Emily Sayward and Jasmine Minton-Connell in and out, along with the target up front, that being Shania Sayward. Hannah Lee is starting to show some dominance and prominence in the ruck. Along with Jessica Smith in and around the ball. She's having a great battle against her foe, Olivia Smith, for the Wynyard Cats. Also coming to a little bit of prominence in that second term, coming back from the VFLW, was Georgia Purton, and she was showing some of her capacity as one of the more senior and experienced players and reliable players for the Penguin 2 Blues. For the Wynyard women, well, Finlay Bryan's been doing a great job down back. Barley Tuxworth out on the wing has been super. At times, Amy Bissett in particular in that first term was strong. Olivia Smith in and around the ground. She gets a lot of the football. There's Olivia Smith, and she's having a great contest with Jessica Smith. Charlie Davis was prominent in the ruck in the first term, but I'd suggest that she might have been beaten by Hannah Lee in that second term. Olivia Pringle is always strong over the football, uses her body really well. Tay Radford with the goal. We saw Jess Whelan across half-back. Occasionally Reese Davis popped up forward. Ebony French, still 16 years of age, stepping up in the NWFL Senior Women's Competition. She's been lively across half forward. Mariah Payne. Ella Moody had a quiet second term but was great early in the first term. So at half-time from Wynyard, we see Penguin 2 Blues 5-7-37 leading the Wynyard Cats by 28 points, 1-3-9. And as I mentioned in the round 10 fixtures, around the grounds, done and dusted both at Ulverston and Latrobe. It was Ulverston by 104 points, 15-14, 104 against the Burnie Dockers, and Latrobe by the nearest of margins, and that's their third win of the season against the Devonport Magpies, who are currently sitting in 4th position. So they won't quite jump to them because they also have a draw, but that's just showing how well that they are improving in season 2026 of the Terry White Chemmart Women's NWFL season. 2-4-16 played Devonport 2-3-15. I'm going to take a break from Wynyard, and we look forward to the second half between the two combatants. Last year's Premiership Grand Finalists, Wynyard Cats versus the Penguin 2 Blues. Welcome back to the round 10 fixture for the second half between the Wynyard Cats, who are hosting the Penguin 2 Blues. Still a 28-point margin in favour of the Penguin 2 Blues. Getting to the right of screen in this quarter. To the left will be the Wynyard Cats. Ball from a stoppage. Comes down to Emily Sayward. So leader Sayward. Sayward back from the VFLW. Kicks the ball to space. Getting back first though. There's Ellie Ewington. Gets a kick under pressure. It's picked up there by Minton Connell. Given to Gibbons. Gibbons' kick. Hits Emily Sayward, who's run forward. Well done by Emily. She wastes no time. Plays on. Kicks towards the goal square. It's an open goal square. It's an open goal. And Emily Sayward starts the second half superbly. And that's her second. Two goals, one to her name. And we have only played a minute into the second half. 6-7-43. The Penguin 2 Blues leading the Wynyard Cats 1-3-9. $34 points of the margin in favour of the 2 Blues. Davis wins the tap this time. Bissett overruns it. Smith gets a boot to ball. Harris wrapped up in a huge tackle there by Pringle. And pointing the umpire, that's holding the football. Pringle's chip. Lateral. Bissett. Kick to Moody. Competing with Gamble. Moody's given away the free kick. She knows that. And Gamble will receive it. It's an half back for the 2 Blues. Comes grandstand side over the head of Harris into Purton. Purton knocks it forward and the ball gets chopped up to Harris. Now comes out towards Sayward. Shania up towards Anderson. Pressure applied there by Tuxworth. Anderson though is able to feed it to Emily Sayward. Sayward's kick inside forward 50 towards the goal face. Bounces to the wrong side. That's the near side, and she goes now to 2 goals, 2. Both of her goals and points have come in the first and third terms. Sayward from the kick out, part of the contest. Newington's handball goes straight back towards Sayward. It's a 5th possession, space of 2 minutes. And this one is mopped up by Patterson. Elise Gamble overruns the football. Moody comes storming through. She dives on top of it with Gamble. And ball up will be the result. Just forward of the centre for the 2 Blues. Ball's gone really nowhere. Smith gets a handball out. French feeds it back. Smart to Bissett. That kick though is chopped off. In front of Davis was Mere Nation. So Nation kicks the ball to space. First back will be Ewington. She's wrapped up in a huge tackle there by Georgia Anderson. Lands flat in the back and a ball round pole knee. Umpire, it'll be a free kick to Ellie Ewington. Smith giving her some encouragement. She gets up. 3.5 metre way out onto the field. Kick by Ewington. Fortunate. Lands in the hands of Bissett. Wider still. They've got some run here. Far side of the ground. New Cats. Patterson. Finds Smith. Kick to a contest. Roving it well. Having a shot on goal. Good looking kick. It was Kennedy O'Halloran. So Kennedy O'Halloran popped up early. It's the first and a much-needed goal for the Wynyard Cats. Bring it back to 27 points. 2-3-15 the Cats. Blues 6-8-44. $29 points to the margin. Bissett, hands on the ball. His third turn. Radford goes short, smart kick. Gamble left Moody to go and apply pressure. Didn't contact the football. Must contest it. At least make impact with it. Didn't. Moody just stayed out the back, held a space. Receives the kick from Taya Radford. Now has the opportunity to have a shot on goal. Might be just beyond a distance. Very measured and deliberate in her approach. It's a good looking kick. That's there. Well done, Ella Moody. Second in a minute. To the Wynyard Cats. Oh, now they've changed the decision. Oh, that's interesting. Then they have access to a replay today, unfortunately. I thought it was there. Nonetheless, ball comes back in. There's Pringle. Harris takes the handball. It's a kick away in time. There's Nanza Smith. Smith, wider still. It is to the advantage of a running teammate. And look at Burton go. Steps inside would-be tackler and Bissett. Kicks inside the forward 50 and runs out just in front of Simone Weller for the Two Blues. We'll get a boundary throw-in. Seven and a half minutes gone in the third turn. Anderson, get a kick away. Pringle drops the football. Sayward follows up. Pringle does as well with a tackle and receives a free kick for incorrect disposal by Sayward. Sayward asking. Well, Pringle's got to stand. Now she can play on. Kick, it's not a good one. It's into the middle. It's 2-on-2. Ball's going nowhere. Moody falls down in the mud. We'll get a ball up, centre of the ground. They need a chip away here, the Wynyard Cats. Brown contesting with Pringle. Do it again. Lee. Smith. The ball up. Got another 5 metres forward in favour of the Cats, but right in the centre of the ground. Davis gets the tap this time. Smith pushes out Brown, picks up the football, goes off the right side of the boot. Halloran tries to get a handball, only to Eliza Dennis. Shows good agility. Does the defender, kicks the ball back into the middle of the ground. Only to the Wynyard Cats though. Ewington. Out to Patterson. Patterson's kick. Straight back to the Two Blue. Minton Connell turns the footy back over to Ewington. That kick finds Bissett. Smack bam in the middle of the ground. Heaviest part of the Wynyard Footy Club. Wynyard Footy Ground. Poor kick. Intercepting is Emily Sayward. Close to being best on ground today. Sayward. Good gamble starting to move. That's the direction in which she's going. Sayward gets it to Gamble, pushes off French, kicks inside forward 50. Two Blues are on here. Anderson should get a boot the ball. She does. It rolls through. World Cup style, Georgia Anderson. That's her first for the day. 1 goal, 1 to her name. Usually a raking left foot kicker, goal kicker, formerly goalkeeper in the round ball game. Georgia Anderson switched to Australian rules football. And one of the more senior, prominent figures for the teams in which she's played for: Ulverston, Devonport, and now the Penguin Two Blues. 7-8-50, 34 points in favour of the Two Blues. Cats 2-4-16. Ball's going nowhere from that stoppage. We start again. Bissett. Whoa, that's a swinging arm on Brown. Put the umpire, put the whistle to his mouth, but didn't blow it. Sayward, Shania just steps through. 3 would-be tacklers by Wynyard Cats. Meeting it there was Barley Tuxworth. Applying the tackle on Patterson was Gibbons, and we'll get a ball up forward of the centre. Penguin Two Blues. Harris just holds the space, feeds it back to Brown. Boot the ball, inside forward 50. Good pressure applied by the Penguin forwards. That was Gibbons. Ewington now. Back to Smith. Smith inside forward 50. Open goal. And it rolls through for 1 behind. And Smith, first score of the game, coming in the third term. 35 points the margin. Might be too big a gap for the Wynyard Cats with the time remaining. About 5 minutes in this term. Pringle darts away. Cross half back. Kick though. Straight to Gamble. Oh, he's gang tackled there by Payne and Moody. And the umpire will have it centre wing position, far side of the ground. Comes down to Sayward. Kick. Somewhat smothered. Smith takes it. Not marked there by Nations. Picked up by Payne. Payne's kick. Towards Davis. Trying to take the mark. Unfortunately couldn't. With Samantha Matthews. And it rolls out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Deep inside the Wynyard. Forward 50. Shadows over that part of the ground. Lee. They feed it out to Dennis. Eliza. Kicks it straight back to the opposition and Tuxworth. Wastes no time from the 40-metre arc. Back towards the top of the goal square. Doesn't go anywhere. They use the football between themselves, the Two Blues. Nation kicks the ball out wide. Picked up by Davis. She hands it to a teammate, Smith, who just has an airy. Bring the footy back inside forward 50, but it's all Eliza Dennis. Kick towards the centre of the ground. Whelan beats Smith. Comes back through the glue patch. No mark. Ricochets off Moody. Bring the football, kicking it was Sayward. Out wide, Gibbons. They've got time and space. It's not to the advantage of Anderson. He's up against Pringle. Pringle wins the contest, even though she had a pressure applied by Gibbons. Shepherd applied now by Gibbons for Sayward. Emily brings the ball back inside forward 50. No mark. Ball to ground. Out to Anderson. Anderson hands it to Shania Sayward. Off the ground. And according to the umpire, it's 1 behind. Come off the knee, he thinks. So Shania Sayward has kicked a behind. Off the thigh. Interesting. They could keep Wynyard in it. Whelan's kick. It's marked by Davis. The kick in. Has to go. Goes high and wide. Mark taken back there by Lee. Hannah Lee. Smiles on the patrons. They'll laugh about that call by the goal umpire. Inside forward 50. It's a good kick. Got two Blues. It's now in the hands of Gamble. That kick came through the service of Heidi Cable. Smart, she stood by herself, but no. Gamble's going to go back and take a kick. 35 out. Bad looking kick. See what the goal umpire says this time. And he gives it the all clear. First game back on the coast. And Terry White Kenmark, NWFL's senior women's competition. Elise Gamble duly converts. Thanks to a tally of about 50 odd goals over the journey. Senior women's competition. Ball goes back to the middle. It's 42 points in favour of the Blues. Two Blues, 8-10. Plays 1, 6, no, 2-4, sorry. Free kick. Going in favour of Nick McConnell and the two Blues. Away there by Bissett. She goes wide. For Saylor, just over her head. Back first is Brian. Kick. Goes into the favour of her teammate. Getting in the way is Dennis. Eliza. Short. Hits the target. Moore. That kick. Taken by Ellie Ewington. 3 deep in a pack. Unfortunately, doesn't execute her kick very well. Penguin are able to take it away. Comes back to Moore. There's Bissett. Just throws it back onto the boot. No real strategy to what they're doing in Wynyard. This is working in the favour of Penguin 2 Blues side. It takes it away, kicks it out wide. French flicks the ball back. Pick up and kick there by Tuxworth. Just lands in the hands of Sayward. So they just killed time. They can kill time. They move the ball quickly. Unable to take the mark was Gamble. Should have done that. Ewington picks up the crumbs. Tries to feed it to Bissett. Misses. Moore. Smith. Over to Gamble. She's running towards goal. Great smother applied there by Finlay Bryant. Then intercepts the football. Kicks it back towards centre half back. And there's the siren at the end of the third term. And at the end of the third term, it's 8-10-58. The Penguin 2 Blues. They are leading the Wynyard Cats 2-4-16. Some interesting calls by the goal umpire in that term. Nonetheless, for the Wynyard Cats, it was 1-1 again in that quarter for the Penguin 2 Blues. They extended the margin. They kicked 3 goals, 3. And they're now out to, as I mentioned before, 42 points. So this is going to be beyond the Wynyard Cats, one would think, considering the time frame that is available to them, being 18 minutes in the final term. Goal kickers for the Penguin 2 Blues, 2 Kirby Gibbons, Simone Weller and Emily Sayward. Singles, Elise Gamble and Georgia Anderson. For the Wynyard women, Kennedy O'Halloran, Taya Radford. And I would have thought that Ella Moody also had one in that third term, but unfortunately it was deemed to be a behind after it was originally called a goal. Better players again in that third term for the Wynyard women. Saw Finlay Bryan, Bailey Tuxworth do some good work. Amy Bissett through the middle. Ellie Ewington across half back. We saw some work through the midfield by Olivia Smith. Yeah, Halloran kicked the goal. Just went across half back. Ebony French popped up every now and again. Ella Moody is one of the more prominent players in the forward half. For the Penguin women, well, saw Eliza Dennis down back doing some work. Strong work. Elise Gamble. Emily Sayward was electric early. Saw Shania Sayward be a good target for them. Hannah Lee again in the ruck. We saw Imogen Moore come into the game as well. Georgia Purton again did what she needed to do. Created some confusion for the Wynyard Cats. So three-quarter time by 42 points. It's the Penguin 2 Blues. 8-10-58. Wynyard Cats 2-4-16. The Terry White Kenmart round 10 fixture from the Wynyard Recreation Ground. Welcome back to the AFL Tas live stream for the Terry White Kenmart round 10 fixture between the ladder leaders in the NWFL Senior Women's Competition. Wynyard Cats hosting the Penguin 2 Blues are currently third, and there's an upset on the cards here today. Currently by 42 points. It's all Penguin as Moody kicks the ball, finds a sanctuary at the boundary line inside her forward 50. Wynyard kicking to the right of the screen in the final term. Get some pry back into the margin that currently exists. Two teams are very similar with regards to their capabilities. It's the strategy that's been employed by the Penguin 2 Blues today. Has been better. Moody takes the tap from Lee, but kicks across the face of goal. No one able to get the ball cleanly. Doesn't find the boundary line. Tuxworth knocked over. No, in fact, it was O'Halloran. There's Davis fighting for the football, along with Dennis. It's going nowhere. We're going to have a ball up. Lee comes down. It's not going to be clear. We're going to do it all again. Early stages of the final term. Ball going nowhere. This time though, it's about 5 or so metres closer to goal. Right in front for the Wynyard Cats. Great opportunity presents. Dennis. Sayward, Emily. Best on ground so far today. Centre of the ground. Anderson being clean. Gives it to Sayward. Shania Variety kicks the ball. That's a good mark going back with the flight of the football. Might have been Patterson. Patterson it is. Wide. Kick doesn't make the distance and puts Davis under a lot of pressure. Dennis's handball out towards Minton Connell. She's wrapped up in a tackle by O'Halloran. Ball comes free. Ewington not clean. Oh, there's Davis. Ball goes up for another ball up. Centre of the ground. This time, though, we're forward of centre for the Penguin 2 Blues. Smith off the ground. French also. Good tackle applied by Harris. That's incorrect disposal by the Wynyard player. It's Radford. So Harris will receive the free kick. Bit of a live wire. It's Harris. A kick. Lands in the hands of Gibbons. Wastes no time. Towards Sayward. Oh, it's Anderson. Apologies. He's taken the mark. As I've mentioned before, she's a raking left footer. She's definitely got this distance in her. Depends on how heavy the football is. Considering the amount of rain that we've had up here on the coast last 2 weeks. It's going to go close. And it's marked. Strong mark in front. It's Shania Sayward of Ellie Ewington. Turns around top of the goal square. Completes the task. Gets her first for the day, and it's the first for the final term of the game. And they extend the margin. 49 points, 9-11-65, the 2 Blues, 2-4-16, Wynyard Cats. And we are 4 minutes into the final term. Lee, Smith. No mark. Ball to ground. Tuxworth follows back up. Sayward lays on top of her. Another ball up, half forward to the 2 Blues. Davis wins the tap. It's only straight down to Emily Sayward from the 40-metre mark. Shot on goal. Good looking kick, but it's just to the near side. Speed away from the contest. 2 goals, 3 to her name today. Highest possession winner on the ground, Emily Sayward. Coming back from the Devils this week. It's boosted the 2 Blues, there's no doubt about that. Davis kicks the ball into the centre of the ground. Good mark there by Gamble. Over Moody. It's been a good contest. I think Gamble's got the chocolates though. Asked to move the footy on. Good use of the handball there. by the Penguin 2 Blues. That came from Weller through to Smith. They find their target in Anderson, and Anderson will now have a shot almost directly in front, 15 to 20 metres out. Julie converts, splits the middle. That's her second. They extend the margin. Once again, 10-12, 72. The Penguin 2 Blues are demolishing the Wynyard Cats 2-4-16. We've played almost 6.5 minutes into the final term. Points the margin in favour of the 2 Blues as Lee goes up against Davis. Davis wins it down. It's right smack bang in the middle of the ground. Mud heap, and we're going to bring it back towards the centre circle. It's been marked, side of the mud. So far going nowhere. Harris versus Tuxworth. Comes back out to Tuxworth. Might have come via Smith. And over to French. French's boot to ball. Harris is first back there. Feeds it back. Nation. So we're wrapped up in the tackle. Pringle, kick. Moody dives on top of that. Knocks it out. Pressured by Gamble. Back to Emily Sayward. Pushes off. Pringle then follows up. Kicks the ball off the ground. There's Gibbons. She's got Harris to give it to. Holds her split really well. That kick will be relayed further down the ground because she'd released the football according to the umpire. Tuxworth gave away the free kick. Doesn't agree with the umpire. Shows a disdain for the decision. Ball comes to Gibbons. Gibbons' kick effectively along the ground. Now in the hands of Smith. Gave it. Received it from Whelan. Finds the target in Radford. Radford to the 50-metre arc. No mark. Good contest. Ball to ground. Davis. Dennis. Harris back to Dennis. Coming into her own is Eliza Dennis. Out of the shadow of Charlotte. Her older sister, Purton, fighting for the ball with O'Halloran. They win it. But according to the umpire, as Minton Connell releases it, it was deemed to be a throw or incorrect disposal. And it looks like O'Halloran will receive the free kick. Purton got a wry smile on her face. Has had a reasonable game back after coming back from the VFLW side. VFL and VFLW play Sandringham tomorrow. Over there in Victoria. This ball goes to half forward. We're going to get another ball up. Lee. Purton. Brown. Bissett. Good use of the body. Brown wraps up Bissett. Get another ball up. Ball being knocked clear. And according to the umpire, Pringle's going to receive the free kick. It was in the back. Kick. No one in the goal square. Coming back with the flight of the football was Moody. Fist in there by Gamble. Dennis, Nation come across to applaud her good work. As it hits the boundary line, we're going to get a boundary throw in as Minton Connell comes off. Moore about to come back on. Dennis, no, Lee. They release it by hand. It's now in the hands of Smith. Coming from Matthews. Good kick. Gibbons. been a live wire for them. Early goal scorer. That kick, putting a teammate under a lot of pressure. That was more. Wynyard have got it now through Bissett. In front though, it's the defender and Gamble. Kick to a leading Anderson under pressure. Bissett came back but loses the football. Now it's in the hands of Gamble. Trying to do a bounce. Went end over end. She's able to pick the ball back up. Kicks inside forward 50. Saywood's there. She's wrapped up in a tackle. This is the Shania variety along with Emily. And they get a ball up. Shania Saywood using her size to advantage. Holding the ball inside the forward 50. We are down to about 5 minutes to go. Almost the 12-minute mark. Free kick has been given away by the two Blues. It's going to go to the defender, French. So, Wynyard Cats. Some good up-and-coming players, including this one, Tuxworth. Ronald French. There's Radford. Tuxworth going again. A good addition to the Tasmanian under-18s. It's a good mark in front. Dennis by Moody. Moves the ball quickly, looking for Payne. No, at the back. That was Smith. Unable to take it. Ball comes to ground. Good defence being applied there by Eliza Dennis. And a ball up will be the result. Only 15 metres out. Lee takes it. So that's a throw. Moody grabs it. Opportunistic across the body. Not a bad effort. Ella Moody finally gets her first. 1 goal, 1 to her name. The Cats go to 3-4-22, 50 points in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues. 10-12-72, 13-minute mark of the final term. Lee, double fister, followed up. Smith, Olivia variety for the Cats. Getting back first was Anderson. Two Blues. Look at that kick inside, almost the forward 50, definitely the forward half. Saywood gets her hands on it, so does Gibbons. Wrapped up in a tackle, ball up, half forward flank for the Penguin 2 Blues. Down to Jessica Smith. Kick across the body. Emily Saywood. Front and centre with Shania. She picks the ball up, pushes off her sister, throws it across the body. It's not a bad looking effort. But according to the umpire, it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Whelan will take the free kick. Towards Bissett. Gets around more. Steps inside. Goes to try to get a kick away. Goes end over end. Dennis is there. Pressured by Moody. On with Davis. Davis picks the ball up. She can hand it to Radford. And bounces just up for her. Her kick goes straight over the top of Payne. And mopping up was Nation. Kick at the centre of the ground. Wasn't to the advantage of her teammate. There's Whelan. Who feeds it back to Ewington. Feeds it to Tuxworth, who runs straight into Harris. But then brushes her off her with a 360 turn. Kicks inside forward 50. Nation's there. Kicks the ball off the ground. After using the fist to bring it to that place. There's Moody with an up and under. From a standing start. Oh, they've got numbers over the back. Cats. They're not quick enough. And Penguin are able to rush it through. One of those numbers was Aisha Edwards. That's the second rush behind for the Wynyard Cats. 15.5 minute mark. It's 49 points to the margin. 3-5-23. Blues 10-12-72. A kick by Nation. Finds Campbell. Good contested mark. fit to Zalise. Moore. Whelan's gone to it now. That's the gamble, that is. Moore's kick finds Shania Sayward. In a handful today. Wheels onto her left boot. To a running Georgia Purton. Takes the mark. She's about... The mark's about 30 metres, 25 to 30 metres out. She'll be kicking from around about 35. She's effectively straight in front of goal. The two Blues are going to be reasonably happy today. Going to move themselves just that little bit closer. And Purton's kick has hit the woodwork. Back out to that 50-point margin, I think it is. Indeed, 10-13 plays the 3-5. Favour of the two Blues. Ball almost centre wing now, brought in by the Cats. There's Jess Smith. Pushed off the ball by Halloran. Also Olivia Smith. And move it inside forward 50. Nation with a double fister. Payne across the body. Good mark. Taken there by Eliza Dennis over the top of Ella Moody. Dennis's kick. It's not a great one. Teammates are up to the task though. Anderson picks it up. Throws it on that left boot. Gamble against Whelan. Brings it down. Ewington wins the footy. Puts it to the advantage of, and the bounce is helpful for Bissett, whose kick was a good one. Towards centre forward, and when your player is down, ricocheted there by two Blues. Sayward inside forward 50, top of the goal square, kick off the ground. It is Simone Muller. That's her third, opportunistic. And that goal is going to count. That Wynyard player is still on the ground, centre forward. I've had the wind taken out of it. And that's the final siren. And that's Amelia Jane Maney. So hopefully she's okay. And at the end of the game, it is 56 points to margin. The two Blues, 11-13-79. The Wynyard Cats, 3-5-23. In that quarter, we saw the Wynyard Cats